What's happening, old school scares? Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a quick movie review. I'm out for my walk. I found a pretty well-lit area. I got a little bench. So I got a couple of minutes and I figured I'd just give you a quick review of a movie I just watched tonight. It was a Hulu exclusive from 2022. The movie's called Grimcutty. And I've seen a bunch of reviews online and they've been all over the place, from really bad to great and everything in between. And I think everyone's trying to compare, the abomination that was Jeepers Creepers Reborn and the very mixed reviews of Halloween Ends. So I've seen people saying this is the next coming. It's a great movie. I've seen people say it's terrible. So I figured I'd take a couple of minutes, watch it for myself, and come back and give you what my opinion is on it. So my goal is to have not a ton of spoilers, but I do want to kind of give you a little rundown of the plot, kind of share it with you what I thought of the movie. So the movie's interesting, right? It takes place, there's a meme out there, there's these overprotective parents. They're very nervous around what's going on with their kids and technology. So it's very relatable, not even just to today, but anything in the last 10 to 15 years. It kind of gave me a little bit of a Slender Man vibe. And if you haven't seen the monster in Grimcutty, the best way I can describe it to you is a combination between Gru from the Minions and Slender Man. Like, that's exactly what the monster looks like. It is a CGI monster. It's not the best effects in the world, but look, we're watching a Hulu movie. We know we don't have, a $50 million budget, but the effects are fine. They don't take you out of the movie. And I think they're effective for what they're trying to be, which is kind of this off-putting meme, which again, a meme come to life would probably not look all that realistic. So I thought it was pretty good. What was interesting in this movie was the kids are in jeopardy. No one believes that the monsters are real, and people think they're giving themselves self-harm. And it really does tie into, like, how do we get away from technology all the time? What was interesting, I thought the first premise of the movie, where the family is having this event they do once a week where no one takes their phone with them, they leave them home. And it is very real. I was just spending time with some family this weekend, and we are, even though we're together, we're also isolated. We're all in our little world on our screens. And it was interesting to see that in this movie, and I thought they did a pretty good job of portraying that in the movie, which I thought was probably a really cool social commentary piece in the movie that was well done. As the movie went on, I thought it was a little overwrought. I think, the father in the movie, while not a terrible character, I thought his mood swings were really aggressive. Like, they would go over the top, where he would be calm one minute and then just like super irrational the next minute. Now, there's a lot going on in the movie that would make a parent irrational, but just the level of irrationalness was, I thought, was a little over top in the movie. The actors and actresses in the movie are fine. We have a young protagonist, and she does a nice enough job. She's not a bad actress. I thought her friend that she'd be, one of the cool kids she befriends at school as all this is going on, I thought she did a really nice job. I actually thought when you saw the two of them together, the friend was a much better actress on screen. The younger brother also does a pretty nice job. So I think overall we had a pretty good group of actors, solid story. The problem with this movie is it wasn't particularly scary. I think back to Smile, which I just saw just a few days ago. Smile was significantly scarier, and not that all that different of a premise, right? Where you kind of have this creature haunting you and only you can see it. So I thought it was similar in that vein, but Smile was worlds better than Grimcutty. But Grimcutty at the end of the day was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. I give it like a 5.5 or maybe a 6 out of 10. I would give it a slight recommendation. It's free on Hulu if you have it, so watch it. And here's the thing I'm going to tell you. I respect filmmakers that try to do something different. I have seen every version of slasher movie there is out there. There haven't been a ton of movies like this. And as I say that, like I said, there was Smile, which is a similar version of this. But I think there's enough differences between like It Follows and Smile and Grimcutty in all these different movies that have a similar plot device, but they don't follow the same formula or script. So I give them a lot of credit for that. I think the movie, like I said, was entertaining enough. It was well acted enough. The monster was good enough, while not great. It was a memorable monster, something a little different. And again, the movie was overall an hour and a half. It was fun. I love an hour and a half movie if I can go in and enjoy it. But it's a no-brainer movie. It's one of those movies like I talk about all the time that I'll watch now. I'll never think about it again. If I see it on again, I say, that Grimcutty's on. Okay, I would watch it. It's not as deep as like a Babadook. It's not as scary as a Smile, but overall it's a fun, solid movie on Halloween to watch in October. And I give it a slight recommend, so I'd tell you to watch it if you haven't seen it so far. So with that, I'm going to ask you to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't. Thank you to the folks that have. We've had a lot of new subscribers recently. If you haven't done so far, just hit that button for me. And as always, stay scary.